Hi, everybody. So sorry I'm late. And of course, Wish is going to make noise. So, we're off to a roaring start. Nick jinxed me. I was all set up, ready to go in my office at the resort, and the internet died immediately after he said, "Oh, you're brave with the internet issues we've been having." So, here I am at my back door, which is why you have a lovely outdoor shower behind me. The pool's right here. And it's also why I am kind of squinting, because this is the only place I could set up so that you wouldn't just see my boring round siding. Anyway, hi. My name's Nissa. If you don't know me, I'm the owner of Magic of Paws, here to help you help your pets. And today we are celebrating our 6th birthday. So if you're watching, please put down in the comments whether you're a client of ours, how long you've been a client of ours, whether you've been with us the whole 6 years, or if it's just a recent thing that you found us. I'm always curious. I'm ready to go. I'm going to apologize because 1, you're going to hear my pool filter, and 2, you're going to hear Wish. And I'm also sorry if the audio is not great, because microphone's all the way over there, because in my hurry I forgot to grab my lavalier mic. So we're just gonna roll with it and see how it goes. Let me know if you can't hear me at any point, and I will do my best to make it work. Oh, Boomer's come up here now too, so you might hear 2 dogs. There's also potential that the cats might interfere. But anyway, let's get started. So I wanted to go live today, 1, to celebrate the fact that we are 6 years old. Exciting. Older than Boomer. Still younger than Wish. Wish is old, though. Yeah, you're old. Don't even give me that toot. She doesn't think she's almost 16, but she is. But the other part of why I wanted to come on is because as part of turning 6, if you've been a part of us for a while, you'll know that around our birthday every year, I get the itch to change something. I don't plan it this way, it just always ends up that way. That usually around June, late May, I start going, wow, fill in the blank doesn't work. I want to change it. Well, I'll just change it on our birthday. So this year, our big change, which is super exciting, is that we have hit our capacity for clients. So we have got to make some changes, because we love our current clients, and while we would love to help every animal on the planet, we know we can't do that. So to make sure that we can serve our current clients as best we can, we are changing our business model. This is something that I don't know of too many pet care businesses around here that do this, which is all the more reason for us to jump on board and go ahead with this. And the current plan is to change our services to being membership only. So what does that mean? For those of you who have a daycare membership or a walking membership, not much is going to change. The names of your memberships might change, but that's really it. It's more for those people who pay by the service, and there's still a few of you out there. So nothing's going to change today or tomorrow or the next day. What you are going to notice is that when we sign up new clients, we are going to be doing so using a membership model. So we will reach out and say, hey, we have room for our, I'll give you the hint of the first membership we're dropping is our in-home coaching membership. So for years, I've done dog training as kind of like, when you can make it work, let's do it. But we're switching to a membership model for a couple of reasons. And this goes across the board for all of our services. So the benefits of a membership are that you get consistent access to us, whereas right now it's kind of all over the place. People who sign up for memberships earlier will get first dibs on the days and times. So even more motivation to go ahead and sign up for a membership now, even though we aren't pushing them. But when it comes to training, it's even more important because half of training is consistency. If you've taken a class with me or a private training session with me, you have heard me say that consistency is key over and over and over and over again. So one of the ways to do that is through a membership model. Same thing goes for all of our regular services, because one of the other big changes we're making is, I'm sure some of you who've been around will have noticed that our add-ons have been disappearing into the ether. And it's not because we're not doing them as add-ons, like we're not offering them anymore. We're just not doing them as add-ons because we are working to integrate them into the baseline service. So what does this mean? It means that when your dog comes for daycare or is signed up for a walk, that we're not just doing daycare and walk, we're doing as much as we can to enrich their experience with the restrictions we have going on that day. So if I'm doing a walk, I'm going to be working on training during that walk, even though you're signed up just for a walk. If your dog is here for daycare, we're going to be working on adding in additional enrichment, whether that's a walk if our staffing permits, or adding in a stuffed Kong or an enrichment bucket on a really warm day. We're going to do what we can. Same thing for boarding. If we have time in the evening, we're going to be adding in those bedtime snuggles and massages that used to be added on for additional fee, but will be included in the baseline price going forward. So you're not losing out on any services. We're just adding more in and kind of making it easier for us to judge our day. Because beforehand, we would get signed up for additional services, and I'd get signed up for training while somebody was here at the resort for daycare or boarding, but I was packed to the gills with visits and walks and training classes, and I didn't have time to do one-on-one training. As opposed to setting up expectations that, oh, you signed up for training on these days and I wasn't able to do it, which is a total letdown. Instead, it'll be, hey, I had plenty of time to train today. Let's do this. So I'll be working with every dog that comes through whenever time allows for me to work on basic settling, anxiety, and any issues that we've noticed in playgroups or you've put into your customer profile. All the more reason for you to go in, make sure your customer profile is up to date, that you have any notes that you need put in there for your pets so that we can read them over. And I can kind of get the deal of like, maybe we need to practice some more walks, walking nicely on a leash. Or maybe they're just barkers. We've noticed that in playgroup and we want to work on bringing down that stimulation level. Whatever it is, the more information you give us in the customer profile, the more we'll be able to give to your dogs. So, I'm not very sure if you can hear Wish. She's trying to come out the door, but I know if I let her out, she will just run for the resort because she lives it there. Anyway, I have been rambling on for a little bit. If you have questions, please, 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 please drop them down in the comments. Even if you're watching the replay, I will be going back through and answering any questions you do have in the comments. This is a big change, switching from ad hoc pay-as-you-go to a membership model. But we're not going to throw you in the deep end. We're not requiring it right now. You'll just notice it that when we are opening our books for new clients, we are doing it in a membership model. And if you are an existing client not on a membership, we will urge you to those memberships. None of our services are going away with the exception of one, and that is our full service training. And the reason that's going away is because by adding training and enrichment into our regular services, we don't need it. We don't need it anymore. We're also slowly going to be working on adding in grooming to all of those services. So if I'm doing a sitting visit or a walk, adding in a little bit of brushing if there's time. Same thing goes for Nick with house sittings, if they're here with us for daycare or boarding. And again, if there's time, adding in a little bit of brushing, playing with their toesies, clipping those nails if we can, whatever we feel like it is that your dog needs. The only grooming services that won't be added in on this are baths and haircuts. So we haven't done haircuts for a while. I'm hoping we'll be able to add those back again soon. And same thing for baths. We've had to cut down our availability for those as well because of our staffing. But hopefully that's all going to change going into the future. That was Ernest. He has feelings. Ernest, do you want to come out? Wish, no, you don't get, no, Wish. You go back in. You're not trusted. In. Oh, you're a brat. Sorry. Wish tried to make a bolt for it. When Ernest came out to say hi. This is why I didn't want to do this at my house. But we'll see. Yes, Wilbert & Co. grooming. We're hoping to add that back again soon. Because I miss offering it. It's a great service to have, and it'll be even better once we switch to a membership model and we have the same consistent dogs coming through. They get to know us, know the team, know each other, and we can learn their quirks, work with them slowly at their pace, as opposed to current grooming situation, which is one, we don't offer it, and two, it often leads to people going to grooming salons, which are amazing and have incredibly talented groomers, but are busy and can't take the time to go slowly at their pace, brushing one leg at a time, clipping 2 toenails a day to make that work, because that's just not how grooming salons work. We're hoping to be able to add that in here slowly but surely. Now, you've probably heard me say a lot of times being like, as schedule allows, as time permits, as staffing allows. And you can probably guess my next thing is that we're still hiring. We need staff like crazy. We pulled down all of our ads and they should all be going back up again soon, but we are hiring for every position and we are willing to train. So if you are a dog walker, dog lover, have a customer service background, want to be a bather, are already trained as a groomer, please keep an eye out for our ads. We're going to be posting those soon to hopefully build our staff back up, because things have gotten crazy, as always, in the dog training, in the dog, pet, whatever world. It's always a little bit hectic. So if you are looking for a job, whether part-time or full-time, or you know someone who is, my main caveat is, can you pay attention to detail, and do you love animals? And not just cats and dogs. We take care of rodents, reptiles, birds. So if you don't like all animals, we might not be the best fit for you. Because even if you think, well, if I'm a receptionist at the resort, I will only have to see cats and dogs. That's not true. We have a bunny there today. We've had bearded dragons, snakes, other lizards in the past, tortoise. A couple of weird things have come through. So the more animals you love, the better if you want to come work with us. Like I said, that application will be up soon. And please, if you know anybody who's interested in it, sign on up. We are happy to train for whatever it is that you want to learn to do when it comes to the critters. Oh, now Nugget wants to come out. But I know better now, because Wish is going to bolt as soon as I open that door. Anyway, I've done a lot of rambling. So again, if you have any questions, please drop them down in the comments. I see some of you watching. Hi. Sorry this live stream isn't up to my usual par. Blame Spectrum. We've been having terrible internet at the resort, which means I'm improvising in my backyard, which means I don't have the greatest lighting. It means I don't have the greatest sound, and it is killing me to put this out, but done is better than perfect. And I said I'd be here at 5, and I got on at 5:02. So hopefully that counts for something in the universe. Anyway, other minor change that you're going to see is when you log into the customer portal, you're going to see that our visits are now down to just one category. We currently have sitting visits and midday visits. Middays run from 9 to 3, and sitting visits run at the outside of those times. And they are slightly different as far as what their focus is and their price. They're all going to be one service, just an in-home visit, which will include enrichment, husbandry, walks for dogs, litter box scooping for cats, feeding, water, medications, playtime, whatever grooming we can manage in that time and that your animals will cooperate for. It's going to be a more inclusive service. It also still includes the treats and catnip and all that fun stuff. If you had a cat visit today, please know that your cats loved my catnip bubbles that we did. So they should be super duper excited and happy and a little bit kitty high. But we try to make things a little bit different every visit because they get kind of boring, especially when they're seeing us twice a day, every day for a week or more at a time. So this is going to be a slightly different change. You are going to see a difference in the price if you are used to booking sitting visits, as opposed to all of our visits are now going to be $19.50 as opposed to $16.50 and $19.50. So sorry about that, but you're going to be getting a whole lot more than you used to get with what we gave in just the sitting visits. Plus, you'll have more variety for times to pick, especially if we can hire. So if you want more people, more times to choose from, send people our way. Anyway, that's that is hopefully my last push for please come work with us. I'm just picking through. We did have some comments come through. Thank you, Tammy, for sharing. I just want to give the best service that I can. That's what all that any of us want. Also, we want to have fun. We want to enjoy ourselves. And best way to do that is with a fun crew. So if you know anybody, let us know. Also, if clients refer somebody to us for an employee, there may be a perk showing up in your account for doing so. So bear that in mind too. All right. And yeah, in-home services. Love this. Yes, we are changing our in-home services, hopefully for the better. I think it's going to be for the better. I'm excited. I have always been a huge proponent of enrichment, and I've always felt bad at how little I've been able to do in our visits. I hear you, Nugget. I hear you. I know I look like a hot mess. I know. You don't need to tell me. So hopefully this restructure will allow us to give a lot more than we have been, especially once we get more staff on and we can devote more of our time. Because currently, Nick and I in particular are wearing way too many hats, especially Nick, considering this isn't even his job. So those of you who don't know, Nick actually has a real big boy job and he helps out because we're short staffed. The goal, even though I know everybody loves Nick and the dogs all love Nick, is to get him down to working one job as opposed to working like 70 between his real job and working for me. And also take the better our staffing gets, the less time I will have to spend wearing 27 hats. And that means the more I can put into the enrichment side of our business and really improving the training end of things, which is the service that only I can do in the business. Everybody else can do all the other hats that I wear, for the most part, can be worn by other people. This is the one that really requires my background, my expertise, and it's being shunted to the side because I don't have time to do it, and it's driving me crazy. Anyway, other things to be on the lookout for. What else did I have, Nugget? I forgot to put in our push for our fosters. So we currently have 6 fosters living with us. There is Marshall, who is an amazing Dalmatian. And if you are looking for a dog, you have experience with Dalmatians and are active, he is going to be a great addition to your family. If you are interested, please reach out to Passion for Pets. I'm working really hard to get him the best possible home. We're doing training with him every day, working on his impulse control, working on his overall anxiety and energy level, working on playing nicer with other dogs to make him a better, well-rounded dog in the process. So if you're looking to add a member to your family and you know what you're getting into with a Dalmatian and have experience with those other little bit strong-willed, I think that's the best way to say it, strong-willed breeds, please reach out to Passion for Pets. They will be happy to get you an application and all of that. We also have 5 kittens with us, which is another reason I was hoping to do this in my office so that I could have like the kittens climbing all over me and being adorable. They are not currently ready for adoption. They still need to be spayed and neutered, but they will be coming soon to Community Cat Advocates. So check out Instagram. There's a few videos of them posted on there. They're all named after peppers because they came in a little bit spicy. But now they're all pretty sweet, especially Sweet Belle, but she's always been sweet. Okay, we had another comment come in from Tammy. Will you train new hires to be trainers if they are interested in? Yes, I would. Just know that it is a long process to get there. It's not something I would be training right off the bat because there's a lot of soft skills to being a trainer that kind of need to be evaluated to see whether there's a natural instinct for that. There's a lot of training that is more intuition. No matter how much book learning you do, there's some people who just do better at being a trainer than others. So it would be a slower process. But it is something, yes, I would be willing to train people to do either with me directly or through other additional programs that are out there. What else, Nugget? What else am I forgetting? I think that's it. Any other questions for me before I let you all go to enjoy your day? That's what I saw. Nugget. Boomer's in the kitchen, which is right behind me. It's like I saw the white in the corner of my eye. Anyway. So yeah, be on the lookout for a couple of things. One, the thing you're going to see the soonest is that the in-home visits are going to be changing to just that one category, no longer the 2 separate ones. You're also going to be seeing that full service training is going to come down off of our availability. You're going to hopefully see our new job ads everywhere soon. In the meantime, just send people my way. I've gotten a couple of resumes since I've taken my ads down, reaching out. So that's exciting. Hopefully we can reach out to even more going through. One of the questions that I got via email, not via the comments, is how our benefits and wages and all that sort of stuff work. So full transparency, my starting wage is on the lower end of things. It's still above minimum wage by quite a bit, but it is not like as high as some places are starting. Full disclosure there. The reason for that is I'm changing my reimbursement structure, which this is more for my employees than you guys, to give them regular raises whenever they accomplish something. Like they finished the book learning for working the front desk, and then they finish the hands-on training for the front desk. Each of those will be separate things that get them a bounce in their hourly rate on top of, how long they've been with me and how many different positions that they're trained to do, all that jazz. We are also coming up on open enrollment, so that is when we're going to open back up our health insurance options and dental and all of that jazz, retirement options. What else am I missing? You're not my HR manager, Wish. Where's Boomer? Boomer's the HR manager. We also constantly have, sillier things like snacks in the break room at pretty much all times. Regular prizes are given out for doing things like stepping up to take over an extra shift or helping out in a different area of the business that you're not usually in. We also, which is very distracting. She wants to take over. I'll put her on screen in a bit. But we also allow people to bring their dogs with them for free, as long as there's space, as long as we're not full. And everybody also gets a discount on all of our services as well. So those are the perks for working with me. If you wanted to do the in-home services, I do also pay for mileage and hourly for the time that you're driving. So all sorts of reasons to come work for me besides the fact that I'm awesome and we have a great team and all my pets are amazing. We also, that's the other thing. See, if I were doing this in my office, I would have my screen up with all my notes, but instead I have my tiny little laptop over here off to the side because there's no way to set it up with the camera. Is that we have a new neighbor. If you're on Instagram, you will have seen a video of him. His name is Tommy, and he is a raccoon. He came from the same place as our friendly fox. Those of you who have seen Shiloh hanging around, same deal with Tommy. He has been around humans since he was an itty bitty baby. He's fully vaccinated for anything that can be transmitted to dogs and vice versa from dogs to raccoons. So he's safe. He is also pretty darn friendly for a raccoon because he has been through the ringer as a baby. He had both distemper and parvo. So he's survived two things that should have killed him. He is a survivor and a tough little man. He does have a bit of a wobble. So if you see him on the property and you see a blonde raccoon walking around that looks a little unsteady on his feet, he is healthy, he is happy, he is not a danger at all. His name is Tommy, and he has that wobble because of his early exposure to distemper. For those of you who don't know, early exposure to distemper causes neurological symptoms in most mammals, which is why, I don't know if you've ever seen a wobble cat before, a cat with cerebral hypoplasia. It's a similar thing that we've got going on with Tommy. He also has a girlfriend named Sylvie, but she's not as friendly. She hides. So you're not going to see her. But yeah, so if you do see him, I doubt that he's going to come and hang out near the resort. We've released him on the other side of the property, so he shouldn't be hanging out too close. And he doesn't have an affinity to dogs like foxes do. So you should not see him. But if you do, he's safe. He's vaccinated. He's friendly. He's not going to attack you. But yeah, I think that's it. I've said that a bajillion times. Like I said, again, so sorry for this hot mess of a live stream. Blame Nick. He jinxed me. Hopefully, we are getting new internet soon, and I won't ever have to do this live stream from my back porch ever again. But yeah. Again, if you're watching this on the replay and you have questions, please drop them down in the comments. I'm happy to answer them, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. Keep your eyes peeled for our first membership launch, which is going to be our in-home coaching membership. So keep your eyes peeled there. All right. Thank you all for an amazing 6 years. Here's to at least another 6. That would be awesome. It's been my pleasure. Go give your pets a pet for me. And I promised I would let you all see Wish. So there she is. I'm not going to go any further because my bedroom's a hot mess. But there's Wish. Who doesn't love Wish? I mean, she's 16. Almost. She's got like 3 gray hairs. I don't know how she does it. She's stinking cute. Anyway, bye for real. Have a good rest of your weekend and a good 4th of July if I don't see any of you beforehand. Toodles.